Oh my gosh, us starting out a podcast is very comical. We should actually put it on our story someday.
I know, it was because it first came out, Jenny's like, "What's up, everybody?" And then I'm like, "What's up?"
And we're like, "What's up?"
So there's a lot of what's ups in that one.
So anyway, welcome to Not Today Cancer with Mr. Worldwide and his bride.
Featuring Mr. Worldwide and his bride.
Yes. It's so funny that you change it to that because we are not featuring ourselves.
No, but it's like with rappers and stuff. It's always like,
okay.
So I kind of like that.
Got it.
I can twiddle my thumbs if I want to, by the way.
We're starting off this way. So listen, if you're listening for the first time, thank you. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here. We have both been touched by cancer, weirdly, as a married couple.
Touched by cancer. I like the way you put that.
I know. I'm trying to make it like it's an okay thing. Darren,
it is an okay thing.
Mm-hmm. Darren has brain cancer. Wait. Do you think you currently have brain cancer?
Yes.
Okay. His will unfortunately won't ever go away.
Do you even know?
I know.
It's only been 12 years.
I'm just telling you, like, I know now with me dealing with it, I like to pretend like I don't, and I don't think I do actually, but I don't like to refer to myself currently as having breast cancer.
Yeah.
I like to refer to myself as I had it, but it's now gone. So do you know what I mean?
No, I totally know what you mean. The one thing I don't want you to say is that you're a survivor of cancer. I
am a survivor. Wait, isn't that how that sounds?
That's how it goes, but you didn't sing it.
Okay, fine.
At all.
I have the worst voice in the history of the world.
There's certain songs that I think that you can really pull
Darren,
off.
There's none. Let's be real. So today we're going to be diving into first a quick update on us and what's happening, and then we're going to dive into the aftermath when you get finished with your breast cancer treatment, whatever that is, chemo, radiation, surgery. Then most likely, if you have breast or hormone positive breast cancer, they're going to either put you on an aromatase inhibitor or tamoxifen. And we're going to talk about that and the possible side effects, not just briefly, and then how you can combat those side effects, or hoping to combat those side effects, what I've been doing.
That was an excellent introduction to what we're going to be talking about. Did you write that down or something?
I did not.
That you just
came
freestyled
from
that?
I freestyled that. Came
That's
right
good,
from
Jen.
my head.
That's
right from my head. So tell me about you. Darren has an MRI a week from tomorrow. How do you feel about it? Nervous?
Not nervous, but it's always leading up to it. I think about it a little bit because I'm like, I don't know, it's just a way to reflect on it.
Yeah.
So I do think about it, but not in a negative way. It just kind of reminds me that this is the journey I've went through. Okay. That kind of thing.
But you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared.
No. The only time
weird.
I get scared is if I know that it's coming back.
Okay.
You can really tell if
yeah, I think you're very symptomatic.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have symptoms right now.
No.
Okay, good. So the only thing that's been happening with me is I'm just trying to combat the side effects that go along with aromatase inhibitor. One of them, which I found out, is a cough. So remember if you listen to our last episode, I kept coughing and I tried to get Drew to cut that out, but he couldn't because we're not on separate microphones. So anyway,
like we used
hopefully
to.
I won't cough today. I actually had a tapping session that really helped, but it's part of it, which is weird. So it's weird because right now in the COVID world that we live in, if you cough, everybody stares at you, and I'm like, exactly. I feel like I need to wear a big sign like, I'm on hormone blocking meds. I don't have COVID. I have a cough due to hormone blocking meds.
Do you want me to make that sign?
Yeah, I should have a sign. I should.
Okay.
So really, everything keeps getting better and better. Thank goodness for me. Like this last week has been just awesome.
Yes.
So
sans the cough.
You know how like any drug, anything that you're supposed to go on goes with a whole slew of side effects. Mm-hmm. And you sometimes like see them like on commercials and they tell you all the things that can happen. And you're like, why would anybody go on that? Well, unfortunately, there are meds that we kind of have no choice that we have to take, right? And so,
yeah, if you want to live, sometimes you have to take them.
Sometimes you gotta take them. And again, if you don't believe in it, you don't. Like I will see both sides to it. But this one like I just felt like I really had to take it. So I researched a little bit. I didn't really want to put the side effects into my head, but then I started feeling them. The first one I started feeling was really just not myself. Mm-hmm. Kind of like went into like a little bit of a depression, a little bit of sadness.
I would say sadness, not depression.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I kind of questioned going off of it, but I didn't. And I know I deep down, I just know at this point, and again, I could change my mind, so don't judge. But at this point, I really feel like I need to have them. So
yeah, because I think that the combination of the two is more powerful.
The combination of what two?
Of basically science.
Oh yeah.
Versus
and what I'm doing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So if you are like newly diagnosed or you're just about to start taking these hormone stopping drugs, what an aromatase inhibitor is it stops the production of estrogen in postmenopausal women. So it does not stop your ovaries from working. So if you're not in menopause, which I wasn't, they also gave me Zoladex, which stops the ovaries. Or if you're younger, they'll put you on tamoxifen. So that's kind of the two drugs that are going to be options for people. Postmenopausal women will always go on a aromatase inhibitor, or they might put you into menopause. If you're not, you're going to be most likely on tamoxifen.
Wasn't there something that we were talking about, though? Like you were kind of borderline because you're not 50, but you're getting close.
Right. I was borderline tamoxifen or aromatase inhibitor for sure. But it's also depends on the type of cancer you have. And also depends on like if you do chemo. There's a lot of factors. It's not just age.
Oh, okay.
So, but it is mostly from age. But I think for me, there was a couple other things in there that, you know.
I used to know a lot about these drugs, but I don't even know if aromatase inhibitors were a drug back when I was a pharmacist. I don't. I mean, they could have, but I remember, I think, when tamoxifen was coming out.
Yeah. So supposedly, aromatase inhibitor has a few less side effects than tamoxifen. So tamoxifen has just a little bit more, and again, these are only if you're dealing with hormone positive breast cancer. But basically the biggest side effect, and this goes for both, is you basically just go through, you're getting menopausal symptoms, which is hot flashes, you're dealing with some bone issues, bone thinning, you might have joint pain, bone pain. Muscle cramps is more common with tamoxifen. And then blood clots is more tamoxifen too.
I think one of the things with the bone issues, that's more of a progressive.
Is it?
Yeah, like you don't automatically have weak bones in like 4 days.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the joint pain comes on pretty quick.
Yeah.
But as far as like danger of, weakening bones, that's more of a long-term thing.
Got it. But also like low energy, sleep disturbance, mood changes, all these things can happen, which, listen, it's not fun. Like just a few, it's just not fun. And here's crazy. Are you ready for this? 25 to 40% of women that should be on this drug either choose not to because of all the side effects, or they quit because of the side effects get so bad. So that's a big amount.
It is. But like, I think the longer you're on it, I think you might start seeing more of the side effects.
Quit being so negative.
No, it's not negative. I'm trying to be informative to the people.
I am saying that I do believe, I highly, really, truly believe.
Highly, truly believe?
I know none of that made sense. But I really believe our minds are so freaking powerful.
That we can reverse cancer.
I do.
I know.
I've read a lot of things. I love Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I love reading about the difference, the placebo effect. I mean, you guys, there is like crazy, you can research it, the crazy things that the placebo drugs that people are thinking they're getting this drug or a surgery, and they're technically not, and they're healed. So I do believe that. And I do believe if you think, and if you're the type of person you're like, you read all of the side effects and you're like, I'm going to get them, then you probably will.
So I also believe in the placebo effect. I always have. But I personally would not just pray the placebo is going to.
No,
I would always have a backup
That's
saying
why
like
I'm- right,
I wouldn't solely believe in that. Me personally.
yeah, that's fine. But I'm not just going the natural route. I did radiation. I did the lumpectomy. I'm now on the aromatase inhibitor. But I also don't want to be stuck on the possible side effects.
Right.
Are we going to argue right now?
No, like this we're informing people.
Oh, for real. Darren and I are so opposite. I don't even know how we could do this podcast together. We're oppo on a lot of things when it comes to our health.
When she says oppo, that's something I made up.
I know. He makes up words and I kind of take them on.
Oh, wait, I have a question that I've been meaning to ask you. So say you were going to have your ovaries out or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Do you still have to take the aromatase
Yes,
inhibitor? You
absolutely.
do.
I would
so
not
that's
have...
it, no matter what.
Totally. I just wouldn't have to have the Zoladex injection.
Oh, okay.
So every
I
month
gotcha.
I have to have a Zoladex injection, and that stops my ovaries from working.
And the needle is so large, it's intimidating.
It is. So I think, if you're obviously planning on having more kids, then that's the route to go. But we're not. So
Thank God.
I think that in the fall, I probably will have my ovaries removed. I just want to get through the summer. I wanted to just heal a little bit from everything I've already been through. So,
And what the shot is it's not like a liquid shot that you just put
No.
in. So it's actually, they inject a pellet
yes.
into you, correct?
Yes. A very large gauge needle injects a pellet.
In that pellet, does that just like give you the medicine over that course of time?
Yes.
It does?
It's for 30 days. I
Okay.
cannot, literally, you cannot go over 30 days.
Okay.
So, okay, let me share with you now what I'm doing. So truly, the only side effect that I felt that sadness in the beginning. I felt joint pain or bone pain a couple times, but I figured it out, and I'm going to share with you what I did. And I just feel like there's a lot of things that we can do on our own. The first thing that I researched about, and I've been reading all about this since I was diagnosed, and I used to drink this every once in a while, like once a week, or when I was really cold in the winter. I drink like 3 or 4 cups a day. It's kind of ridiculous.
Of what?
Green tea.
Yes. I thought you forgot to say that part.
No, green tea appears to inhibit the growth of cancer. Several studies have found the division of breast cancer cells and increase in size of a tumor was decreased by green tea components. Green tea was found to limit metastases to lungs and liver, common places, unfortunately, that breast cancer spreads. So this is really good news. I mean,
Yeah.
just for that alone, drink it.
And this is not, green tea is a great adjunct to therapy, but is not going to
Correct.
be therapy.
Exactly. I mean, this goes along with getting, the best current treatment out there. Green tea may help with programmed cell death of breast cancer cells. And then a few studies are showing the combination of the hormonal therapy and green tea worked better for inhibiting, why can't I talk, estrogen-positive breast cancer.
Because you're saying words that are difficult to say.
Big words.
You know how long it took us to say aromatase?
I know. It does. It takes a while. So truly, you guys, like everything I've read, is they're really thinking about that green tea could one day be part of the breast cancer treatment plan.
I think it should anyway.
It should. Like, just do it.
Yeah. Green tea, it's not like you can go to Starbucks and get a...
No, I wouldn't.
You can't? Why
I mean,
not?
you can. Just make sure it's good quality tea.
Yeah.
I just ordered some. It's a little bit more... Look at how the green tea is sourced. Oh, the only negative with green tea, you just really can't drink... you can't overdo it unless you're really sensitive to the caffeine. Then really stop drinking it before... don't drink it after 3.
It has to be after 3?
Do you see my face right now? Is
No.
it getting red?
No, why?
I'm getting hot
You're getting a
flash.
hot...
Oh, Lordy.
Do you want me to take
Lordy.
over? Should I take over the whole
No,
thing?
I'm good. Woo! It comes on like it's crazy. Like my cheeks are all flushed. I'm like getting sweaty.
Hotter than a
I'm
firecracker.
getting all like, it's the craziest thing. Okay. Second thing, you guys. This is so big, and this is another thing. I actually think there are several cancer hospitals that are already incorporating this into treatment plans, but it is acupuncture. If you Google joint pain, aromatase inhibitor, natural ways to help, acupuncture is the first thing that comes up. It's it's insane. If you don't know what it is, it's a form of traditional Chinese medicine that aims to improve health by stimulating specific points of the body. It's widely used for pain, and a growing number of studies are coming out that is helping the cancer-related pain as well.
So this is a little side note. Our son, he has Osgood-Schlatters.
Osgood-Schlatters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said it better
Okay,
than
fine.
you. And it has helped him. He's taken like 3 sessions.
Yeah.
And he can actually run on the treadmill now.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah, and he tried to take a little jog, but he hasn't ran in so long. He's like, oh my God, like running that far is like...
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And they can also help with like hot flashes. I mean, I know I just had one, but I don't have that many, and they don't last that long.
How are you sleeping through the night with those? Are you having them?
Oh, yeah.
At night?
But just a few, and it's not too bad. We're going to talk about sleep because that is a big part of it too.
Okay.
But the most important thing, sorry, AI cough, aromatase inhibitor cough.
Gotcha.
Make sure you find an acupuncturist who's trained and certified to work with cancer patients.
Yeah, not
you
some hack off the street.
You really don't. You need to make sure they're aware of... My guy that I go to, he did a whole, like one of his whole studies was all on cancer patients. So he's definitely certified in it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Third one, exercise.
We preach exercise to... Basically, it's a cure. Not a cure, but like a huge part of recovery.
I know. But there was a huge study that actually compared women who were on aromatase inhibitor that exercised and those that did not. And the researchers believe that the benefits of the exercise, including strength training, aerobic conditioning, range of motion, they help with losing weight and contribute to the decrease in joint pain.
Now,
like, are you kidding me?
Don't you think that this is all, that's kind of obvious stuff that, I mean, you should exercise. It's going to be more helpful for everything.
Yeah, I know,
correct?
But sometimes people, they're so tired. They have been through a lot. Their bodies have been through a lot, and it's just hard to go and do it. Understandably
that's true, because I've had,
it took
I've
you
went
like a
through
year
a lot
after
of stuff
yours.
like that, yeah. After my second one.
Yeah, and just start slow. I mean, if you listen to our last podcast episode, we talk about it. It doesn't have to be some crazy thing. It's walking.
Yeah.
It's just getting out there. It's going to help so much. And especially like yoga and stretching and any restorative yoga, like all that is going to be so good for joint and bone pain. And obviously it's going to help with weight loss. And when you have weight loss, that's going to help,
with everything.
Yes. So, cool.
So.
Okay, vitamins. You know about this. What are the vitamins that help? Come on.
Glucosamine and chondroitin.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yep. This is huge, you guys. Huge. Hopefully, I mean, my doctor told me right away, like, you need to be on this. And they started me on this and calcium in big doses. I think she started me about 4 weeks before I was supposed to start this because it takes about 6 weeks for the vitamins to start working, right?
Yes.
So give it time. Don't just take 1 month of vitamins and think it's not working. You need to give it a couple months to make sure. But these two combined, the glucosamine and chondroitin, is that how you say it?
Chondroitin.
I can't say that word, are benefit to those experiencing joint pain and stiffness related.
You're not as educated as far as healthcare stuff as I am, so I say
okay,
it right.
Darren, but I feel like I'm educating myself.
I'll tell you what, you are, like, I am so impressed. Like, you know a lot more stuff about medicine than I do now.
I know. I study it. Like, I research when I'm going through something.
I'm kind of glad that I don't have to know that stuff anymore. It's like it was a different part of my life.
I know.
And I'm past it, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah. The other drug that will help, or not drug, the other vitamin that will help is vitamin D. And honestly, the majority of the world is deficient in it. Yeah. So just start taking vitamin D.
Yeah, D3.
Get D3.
Yep, D.
The other thing, that complaint with, aromatase inhibitor or tamoxifen is weight gain. It's a really big complaint. Of course, we don't want that to happen. And that just goes back to paying attention to your diet. Unfortunately, we're not 20 years old where we can eat pizza every night and, have cocktails and eat all the carbs. Don't you remember back in the day? Okay, you're so cool. Back in the day where you'd go get like You think you're being healthy when you went and got a bagel with low-fat cream cheese?
Yeah, and what else? Like everything, you think low fat is going to.
It's not good for you.
Because the word fat, it has dual meaning.
Right.
So.
Well, there's good and bad fat.
Yeah.
Good fat. But so anyway, make sure you're drinking enough water, eat slowly, eat nutritious. It's just, I mean, that's just common sense.
Does that say eat soup?
No.
Oh, the sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. You're not you don't have the greatest handwriting in the world. I'm just telling you right now.
Why do you have to judge me?
You know who else has the worst handwriting?
Who?
Our son Drew.
Well, I basically scribble because I'm taking notes fast.
Yeah, when you're writing out like a thank you card or something.
I have to work hard on it.
No, and it comes out really good.
Yeah.
So does Maddie. Maddie has good. Why does she have such good handwriting?
I don't know. But the other thing is depression and anxiety. And this one, I have to say, you have to talk to your doctor about this one, because this is a big one. And a lot of people who are on aromatase inhibitors or tamoxifen do have to go on an antidepressant. And that's absolutely A-okay.
It can't be like, there's not as much of a stigma towards that anymore.
No,
I mean, there used
to
be back in the day, and it's like, it is such a normal thing to help people, because depression is
terrible.
I've never had it, but
I haven't either.
I know, but
I mean, I can't imagine. I did feel it. Like, I felt it. I remember after Drew, I had the baby blues, and then just this, like, what I'm going through that week. Like, I was not myself. Like, I was crying in bed, and it was weird. So I kind of understand it a little bit, but for me, what helps so much, the other thing that might be helpful is talk therapy. I prefer tapping and working with my energy healer. Those two are like talk therapy, but at like 1,000 times faster they get to the bottom of things. And the conversations that come from that are so powerful, and it has helped me so much with fears and anxiety. So in fact, you know what I'll do is I'll share below the girl that I use for tapping. You don't have to be local to her, and she does all of her clients are all on Zoom. I'll share her contact info in my show notes because she's saved me. My energy healer has saved me.
You just did your tapping session today.
This morning.
Yeah.
I know. It was all about this cough, and really, my cough is like less. Kind of crazy.
Actually, you haven't even coughed through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I just jinx you?
No.
That'd be terrible.
You didn't. But the other thing is sleep. And it goes into the tapping as well. Her and I talked about this too.
I'm really good at sleeping. Because
sleep is so important for everything. And unfortunately, when you're going through what we're going through on these hormonal therapies, you have the hot flashes. And you're up, and you have insomnia, and you can't sleep, and it's so freaking frustrating. So guess what? You might have to take something for it. One of my doctors recommended Serenity PM, Cerenity. I'll put that in my show notes too. I got it on Amazon. That has taurine and 5-HTP in it. Do you know what those are?
5-HTP is a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, I believe.
Okay. So
it's like Prozac.
Well, anyway, so why does it help you sleep?
I don't know.
Okay.
I probably skipped that day.
Okay.
Of pharmacy school.
But she recommended that. The other thing that we recently tried, and again, I actually had to do tapping session with this just because of the stigma behind it for us, is it was CBD with THC. So it's mostly CBD, what I'm taking, and then it has a little bit of THC. And these last 2 nights, I know it's only been 2, I've slept so deep and so well.
That's because you were high.
No, I wasn't. That's the thing. Like, I went and educated myself on this too, because I am not the type of person that wants to go and get stoned.
Right, exactly.
Or get high.
You don't even like, she caps her drinking.
Oh, totally. Well, I don't even drink.
Because she doesn't like, she likes being in control.
I'm a control.
I am the opposite. I want to be out of control.
No, I am a control freak, and I hate the fact of thinking that I don't have control. And so that's where I struggled with this a little bit.
Maybe that's why you're not fun anymore.
You're so mean. I'm not fun.
You're fun.
Oh my gosh, she's so mean. But you just have to do whatever you can. You just have to really, last thing I want to talk about as far as this goes is your belief and what you believe in what you're putting into your body and what you're doing and combating the side effects is everything. I really believe that our minds are so powerful. And if you think what you're putting into your body is going to cause harm or cause issues, then it probably will. But if you're more positive about it, that's why when I look at my pill, I look at it, I put it in my little pill thing, and I'm like, here's my miracle pill. My miracle pill. This is going to keep the cancer away.
Now it's interesting that you have that attitude.
Yeah.
I have a really good attitude about a lot of things, but I viewed my, what is it called again? Temodar as poison. I'm like, I feel like I'm swallowing poison. And so I always had that negative attitude towards that. So I think you just are helping me out with that.
Good. But here's what I do have to say about you, though. You may have thought that, but you also believed in it. You've believed in pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah, I still do it because it's my background.
Right.
So, but I'm more open now to, like I said, I still want the pharmaceutical portion personally, but I also, now I'm open to alternative therapies, which I never was before.
Yeah. I know, because it's crazy. If all the research and everything I've learned about the placebo effect is crazy. So even when it goes to, let's go back to the acupuncture for a second. They divided this group, and one group was actually getting the real acupuncture, and then the other one, they were not full acupuncture needles, and they weren't putting them in the locations that would actually help them, but they thought they were having acupuncture, right? The people that actually had the true acupuncture, really, it did relieve them. The other ones, so I guess the belief didn't work there. I totally went backwards from what I just said. But I'm going back to why acupuncture works. The only thing that frustrates me so much is the affordability of it all.
Yeah, I know. That is a huge component. I know a lot of people use like flex plans with their insurance.
Oh, really? What's that?
Yeah, so it's basically you're putting money into it, but you can use it for like a lot of other things. Okay. Like if you have a bunch of medicine or like medicines that aren't covered, you can use a flex plan for stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think we should end it there. Do what you can, because I think the worst thing somebody can do is just stop treatment and not do anything else. I think it's so important to really, at this point, start taking care of yourself in your mental health, your physical health, all the things, and do whatever you can to combat this so you can get through it and it never comes back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the plan.
That's a good plan. All right. Should we end it?
Let's end. You end
I feel like you don't want to end it.
I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot to talk about. I feel like you
talk about it.
I forgot about it, but I think we got to come up with some more, like a couple interesting, funny things next time that we
I know. I feel like this one was more serious.
No, I think this was a really good episode. Very informative.
Yes, informative. Exactly. You know, we're fun. We're like carefree,
Who do you think's
fun
more
people.
Fun, me or you? In life in general.
Just you're saying that because you want me to say you.
Yes.
Oh,
all right.
He's
anyway,
so annoying. Okay, he's the fun one. I'm the lame one.
You're not lame.
All right. So anyway, I promise the next one maybe will be a little bit more fun. Okay. Actually, the next one will be your MRI outcome.
Oh yeah.
Hope it's good.
It better be good.
I know.
No, it's gonna be good. I feel really good about it. So.
All right, you guys.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
We out.
We out.